Hi, this is Dave Severns with the Los Angeles Clippers, and today we're going to talk about the hurry-up offense, sometimes known as the pistol offense or the 21 offense. It's called a lot of different things, probably made most famous by Coach Mike D'Antoni when he was with the Phoenix Suns. I'm sure once you see what we're doing on the court, you will recognize some of the actions, but we call it the hurry-up offense. Not that we're trying to play fast, but it's with a flow and with a pace and can get you quick shots early in the shot clock. What it is an offense that can create quick shots with great spacing. Say you're down 8 to 10 points and it's late in the game. What do you have to go to that can get some quick scores for you and get you back into the game? Doesn't necessarily mean you have to use it only at the end of the game. This is an offense that is used any time of the game and is played with great pace and great flow. We may go 5 to 7 minutes stretches in a game where this is all we're running if it's successful. Why you would run this is because we think it opens up the floor, gives tremendous spacing for three-point shooters, it gives great spacing for drives and the pick and roll game. The way we're going to teach the hurry-up offense is by 2-on-0, 3-on-0, and 5-on-0 breakdown drills, mainly in the half court. And then towards the end, we'll get into some three-quarter court drills to teach the hurry-up offense spacing and timing. In teaching the hurry-up offense, we like to break it down into 6 different areas. The first thing being the setup, the timing, the spacing. The second would be the chase action. Third would be keep. Fourth would be the dribble action. Fifth would be the down. And finally, the last option would be the at. So let's take a look at the hurry-up offense. In Chapter 1, we're going to take a look at the timing and the spacing and the setup for the hurry-up offense, where each player runs to on the floor, his spot, the timing of the cuts, and the spacing of the floor. The first thing we want to do is take a look at the spacing for all the players in this offense. And spacing is so critical. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a high school, college, or a professional team, the spacing is critical for this offense to be effective. I can't emphasize enough in this offense how important spacing is and timing. It's really important that we keep the floor spread. And as you can see, as we get into this thing, all 5 guys are above the three-point line except for the guy that button hooks. Okay, so the spacing has really got to be spread out for this to work. Now, the point guard and the 2 guard are basically interchangeable. They can both play either spot. But it's really important that the point guard have the ball halfway between the sideline and the lane line, which is where Alex is right now. The 2 guard now needs to be even with him, foul line extended right here, because everything is initiated off of this action. So they need to be in sync with each other there. All right, the first big nearest the ball, the trail big, has to be almost in the middle of the court, but a little offset to the right, because he's going to be the first pick and roll guy. All right. The second big, or the 5-man, is going to be outside the lane line of the NBA and lifted above the three-point line. He'll be our wide-angle pin-down guy. And then the other wing would be deep corner like Corey is right now, even with the basket or lower. Okay, 1 foot above the basket screws up your spacing. So make sure that your wing player, Corey here, is now outside the 3 and deep, at least even with the basket. So that's the initial spacing that everything evolves from. So when we're coming down in transition, make or miss, we're getting to these spots as quickly as we can, and spacing is so critical to get into all the different options. There's 5 options that we're going to cover today, and each option has 2 or 3 different reads that you can make. In this chapter, we're going to take a look at the first option, which we call chase. The reason we call it chase is because the point guard is going to hit and chase or get the ball back on a handoff. The options that we're going to look at would be layup, which is always your first option. Then we're going to take a look at the pick and roll option, the advance pass option, the weak side pin down option, and finally we'll end it with 5-on-0, all options, and pretty much the point guard's choice. So let's take a look at the chase option out of the hurry up offense. The first option that we have out of this is called chase. And we showed you the spacing initially, but let's show you how the wing on the ball side, which would be Chris, gets to this angle. Now, he has to sprint to half court. Both wings do. As soon as they get to half court, they got to look over their inside shoulder to see if the ball's on their side. If the ball's on your side, you have to make a button hook to get the pass. If the ball's not on your side, if it was over there, you would go to the corner. Very simple. So Chris looks over his shoulder, sees the ball's on his side, and he needs to button hook and get open right to there. Now, Alex hits. He cuts hard to the basket, hand back, layup, and that would be our first option called the chase, because the point guard is hitting and chasing it back, and that's got to be a full speed cut for the layup. So let's show it full speed, Alex, you and Chris, and then Corey and Ryan will go next. Chase option 2-on-0. Here we go. Run your lane, ball's on your side, button hook, hit, hard, cut, layup. Okay, next two guys, go. Go, Corey. Come on, bust it up, hook, hit, hard cut. One more time, Alex. You point guards got to make a good snap pass. Good chance pass to this two guy. Okay, he's open. Hit him, chase it, layup. One more time, here we go, Ryan. Ryan's the point guard, Corey's the two-man. Hit, chase. And that's your first option, is the layup off a chase. All right, we've looked at the 2-on-0 and how we get the ball into the slot to Chris. Now we're going to add the trailing big man, usually the 4-man. It could be the 5, but it's usually the 4. And we're going to get it to 3-on-0 and show you all three options off the chase on the 3-man side. So let's walk through it. Chris comes down, he button hooks. Okay, we're waiting with our big. We button hook, we hit. Okay, hand back. Now, Alex doesn't have a layup, okay? He doesn't have a layup. He's got to keep his dribble. Okay, we're looking for flare screen right here to Chris. But Chris has to stop at the middle of the court because we got our spacing over here, which we'll show in a minute. So that's the first option, flare. As soon as Ryan sets that flare, he comes right into a low pick and roll, and Alex turns the corner, and we're rolling to the basket. Now let's cover the three options that we have. First option on any pick and roll is always for that guard to get to the basket. Layup, jump shot, floater. Second option would be, now I turn the corner and I look for my big rolling. Okay, if this is a shooter and not a great finisher, we would pop him. But for now, we're going to have Ryan roll. My third option is a drive and kick game where Chris's man helps and I hit Chris for the jump shot. So we're going to go through those 3-on-0 options. First option, jump shot by Alex. Second option, we come off it, we hit Ryan for the layup. Third time through, we're going to hit Chris on a drive and kick. All right, let's run through it, guys. Jump shot, Alex, go. Here we go. Good, chase it, flare, low pick and roll, spacing, and there's the jump shot. Nice job. All right, let's bring it back. Let's look at the second option, which would be to hit Ryan on the roll for the layup. Here we go. Let's run into it. Let's go. Run into it, Chris. Hit. Good. Flare. Low. Roll. And the layup. There's your second option. Good. Let's bring it back now. Third option, we come off the low pick and roll. Okay. Don't have shot. Don't have roll. We would now advance it to Chris, and he's going to lift for a three-point shot. Here we go. Good. Space up. Drive and kick. There it is for the 3. Nice job. All right, let's take a look at 5-on-0 and give you the weak side pin down action. If we don't have anything off the pick and roll, the flare, then we get right into a weak side pin down, which is really tough action to guard if you execute it right. So these guys are going to now walk into your spacing, guys. Walk into where you should be. Okay? Hit Chris. Alex chases it. Okay, hand back. We got nothing there. We got nothing there. Now we advance it. Stop. As soon as that pass is made, that's right, Deshaun. As soon as that pass is made to Chris, that's an automatic pin down. Now let's walk through the pin down. Corey's deep in the corner. Stay right there, D. Corey should always take a step up or a set up and walk me in 1 or 2 steps before he comes off it to get an angle. So as this screen's coming, Corey's here. Okay, now he's coming hip to hip, right to the elbow for a catch and shoot. Okay? That's our first option on the weak side pin down. The second option would be Corey doesn't have a catch and shoot. He pocket passes to Deshaun, who's slipping to the basket. All right, so this is the weak side action off chase. We're going to go through this live now, and we've got a defender on Corey as the corner guy, and we got a defender on Deshaun as the screener. And so let's look at the option of catch and shoot for Corey. This is Chase with the weak side pin down. Here we go. Jump shot. All right, hold up. The only thing I would say, Corey, is you went a little bit too early. Okay? You wait until that ball swung and then you set it up and take your guy in. Let's run that again. Here's the chase option. Weak side pin down for a jump shot. Here we go. Good. Kick it, pin down, catch and shoot. Nice job. Good job. All right. Next time now, Corey, you got no shot. All right. CJ does a good job of getting through the screen. All right. So as you catch it now, it's right hand pocket pass to Deshaun for the dunk or the layup. Pocket pass for the layup. Nice job. One thing that we didn't talk about earlier, but let's hit it right now, is, you know, if you're one and your two guard are right hand dominant, which most players are, most teams are, we would probably run it on this side so they can get back to their right hand. We'll run it a lot with our guys to the left hand side because both our one and our two guards are right hand dominant, and we want to get them coming to their right hand as much as possible. So that's why we 90% of the time we're going to be on this side of the floor. We're coming down in transition now, 5-on-0, and they're going to run any of the four options. Then they're going to come back, guys, hustle back, and let's do a different option the next time. All right, let's make sure we keep our good spacing, good timing. Alex, you're in control now. Let's run any option off the chase. Here we go. Good. Pin down. There it is. Good. Pocket pass. Nice job. Back up top. Here we go, Alex. Hustle back up. Another option. You guys figure it out. Take what the defense gives you. Good. Last time. Let's look at another option. Keep your spacing. Get open. Good. That's it. Swing it. Pin down. Good. Nice job. Finish. There we go. Good job, guys.